Well, good evening, all. This Hill Redneck again. I haven't been on in a while, so I'll put up my current rant. We're going to talk about a few things: politics, this Wuhan virus, Chinese virus, whatever you want to call it. The what do they call it? Corona. Uh, what is it? Coronavirus, yeah. And oh my God, overwhelming hysteria that everybody's planning for, in my opinion. First off, talk politics. Now we're down to Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden. Well, Bernie, I don't think has a chance in hell of getting a nomination. And I happen to agree with some of the pundits that turn around and say, well, he doesn't know how to fight back. Well, he can fight on the topics and all that stuff, but I've never seen him fight against any other Democrats. Oh, they're my friends. Not when you're in competition with each other, you're not. It's not where I grew up. And Joe Biden, he'll probably get the nomination, but I don't think he has a chance in hell sitting in the big seat. One, he can't remember what he's talking about half the damn time. He's trying to take a page out of Trump's book and be Mr. Tough Guy. As you can tell from that video from Detroit, Michigan, where he's telling a guy he's going to kick his ass or something like that. You know, Biden can't remember what he said from one day to the next, in my opinion. And that's on him. Neither one of them, I think, is going to beat Trump at all. Now I hear a lot of people talking about the Trump hasn't given enough response or anything else to coronavirus. And anybody ever think maybe Trump's trying to downplay it a little bit to keep the hysteria out of it? Nothing says that man has to tell you everything he's thinking every minute of the day. But Democrats are sure to beat him up no matter what he does or says. I do have a question. The Democrats are pushing this spending bill to help Trump with the coronavirus funding, emergency funding, and all this. The funny thing is, it's got something about abortion tied into it. What's that got to do with coronavirus? Huh. Nothing that I know of. But I'm not a smart person. But as we're on the coronavirus, let's talk about that for a little bit. The way I understand the chain of events, it got loose in a city called Wuhan, China, from whatever created it. My own personal opinion, it sounds like it's a weaponized version of the flu. We do it, they do it, everybody does it. Trying to see what biologicals we can play with and make something even worse. That's bad, even worse. We all say we don't do it, but we all do. All right, what I understand through everything I've read, it got loose back in September in China. Okay, well, China didn't say a thing to anybody about it till December. So that gave it what? September, October, November, a 3-month head start before anybody could start thinking about it. And of course, trying to get information out of China is like pulling teeth out of a turkey. It usually don't work very well. So now you've had people that for 3 months have been traveling all over the world. Whether they knew they were carrying something or not, they probably thought, I just got the flu, got the cold, all these time zones I'm traveling through. Now all of a sudden it's a big deal. course, China tries to downplay it. But from photographs I've seen of some of their cities that have millions of people in it, you don't see anybody moving, or they're deserted, or all this other stuff. And a hotel they had using for quarantine decided to collapse on a bunch of patients. Oops. I think their building wasn't up to code. So that's the way I understand it started. Now today I read something about Chinese PR is trying to say, oh, we didn't start it. The U.S. Army set it off at us. Give me a break. You have the Chinese government that has an iron fist on any corporation that comes in there. Follows anybody that goes into that country. You gonna think we got something in there without you knowing about it? I ain't buying it. It don't really matter who created it or if it's natural. We have to deal with it. Well, dealing with it is not creating mass hysteria. You know? And that's exactly what the press is doing. Okay? Like, in the county I live in, we have 17 confirmed cases of that Wuhan virus in the county I live in. You go to any store around here, you ain't gonna find a lick of toilet paper or paper towels anywhere. I go to supply houses to buy supplies for work. There's a sign on the door: no hand sanitizer or face mask available. You know. People have just got to start using their brain. And I just read right now that the school district of the county I live in is closing all the schools for the next 6 weeks. Was it 6 weeks or 3 weeks? Either way, just out of concern over the virus. Okay, that's all well and good. Handy dandy picking out with the kids. That's great. But most of these kids are from low-income families. People working 2 jobs. Where are they going to find the income to pay them for the time they're off because their kids got kicked out of school because the schools are closing? Oh, wait a minute. The Democrats said they're going to put something in to pay people who were affected by the coronavirus. The trouble is, it's going to come out of our Social Security funds. The trouble is that it's going to take 6 months to get it into play and to start working. Okay, fine and dandy, government stepping up, trying to help. Okay, is your landlord going to wait 6 months for the rent? I am not trying to make light of this situation at all. I'm trying to throw logic and facts at it. We don't have all the information on it. I don't, anyway. I do have a nasty runny nose. Pardon me for that. Probably due to all the smoking I do. Good chance. Or it might be the fact I'm old. Either way, I don't care. But, you turn on the news, all you hear is, there's this many dead, there's this many cases, there's this many, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Let's compare it to drunk driving. Let's compare it to the flu cases. Put things in perspective, people. Yeah, it sounds bad when you say there's 5 people in a nursing home that died. Yes, I agree. That is a disaster. But, as I heard people say, because I'm sure you all heard about the Grand Princess Cruise Lines or something like that was stuck out at sea because they had some people that were testing positive for this virus. I believe it was 21 to be exact, out of 3,500. Well, they held it out to sea. Well, they brought it into the city of Oakland to dock it so they can get the people off and quarantine them on military bases. And already people in Oakland are saying, oh, we're going to catch it because they're in our city. Excuse me? You have people flying in and out of your city all day long that you don't know whether have it or don't. You shake hands with the person next door. You don't know if they've got it. Now, there are parts of me that say this could all be a big to-do to make people more socially distant than they already are. If they can keep everybody in their little box and not talking to each other, then they can do what they want. I could be wrong. Could be going off the deep end. I've been known to do that a time or two. But you got to do some thinking. Don't let the fearmongers that are trying to get you to give them ratings on the TV station or clickbait on the computers just follow a storyline that they don't have all the facts on. In other words, what I'm saying, people, open up your ears, turn on your brain, and start researching your own facts. Don't just hit the panic button and go stock up to be living alone and in your house for the next 10 years because you're afraid of a virus that may or may not bother you. We don't have enough information on it. Even the CDC says they don't have enough information on it. And if you really want to be worried about it, okay, this stuff does travel through the air. It stays alive on countertops and plastic for 3 to 5 days. Something to think about. You do standard cleaning measures. Has anybody said that kills it? Not that I've heard. But the way I look at it is, I don't have the luxury of working in a big office building with recirculated air and all that, being told, oh, you can telecommute from home. You can do your job from your house and transmit it. I work with my hands all day long. That means I'm the one that has to drive there and do the stuff. Oh, wait a minute. Some of these drivers I deal with come from out of state. How do I know they don't have it? Simple. I don't worry about it. I'm not a highly religious man. But there are some things you just got to leave in the Lord's hands. If he says it's your time to go, it's your time to go. You can't say, wait a minute, now I have some other things I have to do, because the good Lord's going to say, no, you don't. Your playlist is full. Whether you believe in it or not, that's the way it works. Now, I don't know if this makes any sense or not, but made me feel better to put it out there. I wish everybody well. I hope nobody I know gets it. I hope nobody gets it. I hope this thing just fades away like a bad dream. But if you stop and think about it, it kind of sounds like a few science fiction movies or books you've read in the course of your lifetime. And the more I think about it, the more I think it came out of somebody's weapons laboratory where it lost containment. I have nothing to base that on but my own suspicions. But if you like the video, like it. Want to comment on it? Comment on it. Want to send me an email? Go ahead. It's redneckrebel1956@gmail.com. I'll answer it. Got something else you want this old man's opinion on? Write me an email. I'll turn around and answer it, and if I use it, I'll tell where it came from, where the idea came from. For now, it's the old redneck. Y'all make sure to hoist a beer in the comfort of your own home. Enjoy your life. Take care of others. Treat others as you wish to be treated. Remember our soldiers serving overseas. Remember the vets coming home. They stood the wall for you and are standing the wall for you. Let's not let them down like we have in the past. To all the vets home and abroad, this old vet salutes you. Proud of you. Thank you for your service. And I mean it from my heart. Y'all have a good evening and good night. Old Redneck out.